welcome to my channel. This is the Wendi and Neverland channel. Mostly I try to stick with cross-stitch things, but I also put in things that are going on in my life, whether that's projects outside, whether that's plans that we go and do things, just a variety of things as well as cross-stitch. I know a lot of times that's what people are here for, so we'll try to stick with that. I think mostly today it will be just primarily showing you cross-stitch things. I may discuss just a couple of things that are going on, but for the most part, that's about it. All right, so maybe this video won't be terribly long today. We'll see. I hope everything is going well with you. Today is a gloomy northwest kind of weather day. I was hoping to get outside maybe one more time before it really set in for good and be able to film one of these, but it's not working out. Yesterday was cloudy, and in the afternoon it burned off a little bit and became sunny. Tomorrow's supposed to not be rainy, and the next day's not supposed to be rainy. But today, when I need to do this, because I've got other things going on those other days, it's raining. And man, it was raining buckets this morning. I could hear it on the roof. I looked outside and it was just a sheet. Yeah, it's not raining too much, but it's still cloudy, and I think it's still potentially going to rain again some more today. So hopefully you're having a little bit nicer weather day than I am. It's not too cold yet. I know, some areas more north, maybe a little bit in the Midwest, it's probably starting to get chilly. Yeah, chilly. It's not doing that here. The temperature fluctuation doesn't seem to be too bad. So let's get on with some stitching stuff. I'm going to show you my whips. Almost a finish, but some whips. I was working on the Snowman Wisdom last time, and I had showed you the before picture. What I did in January was just not even one of the balls of the snowman, like the bottom ball that sits on the ground. And I had worked and gotten that snowman finished. I had gotten a head finished, and I had started also some carrots, and started on a full body snowman. I hadn't gotten a lot done on him, but I had started him. So I finished up my 10 days of working on him, and in case you didn't know, if you don't remember, this was the pattern. Okay, it is Sue Hillis Designs, in case you aren't familiar with this. She's got some really cute things on the back. There's some really cute patterns. In fact, this one right here, we look at it really closely, and it says, "Too tight?" Yeah, just a little. I lost my head there. So very cute. I am using the call for fabric on this. I will try to tell you that kind of stuff. Usually I just show you the pattern and what I'm doing. It's called Waterfall Blue Even Weave from Fabric Flair. It's a little hard to find unless the store you're going into ordered it probably specifically for this pattern. I haven't checked on online sites, so I'm not sure how easy it is to find it there either. But yeah, that's what I used, and this is how far I have gotten. See if you can see. So I did the words up there. Now I still have in between right here. This is words of wisdom, like from a, and that says snowman. So the from a isn't done. So I finished my full body snowman. I got the sun done, of course, those other two things, and then I started down here on the trees. And I got the lamppost in there. In this particular instance, I am doing the back stitching as I go. I don't always do that, but with this, I went ahead and did that. I'm trying to remember what the bottom scene was. Oh, it's another snowman. So down with the trees, it's another snowman and some fence. And then I still have all of these accessories. that I will need to stitch as well. And I don't know if you noticed, I have not done any of those snowflakes that are peppered throughout. They're all over. I haven't quite decided when I'm going to do those. I'll give you this, another shot of this. So I don't have any of those snowflakes. And of course I don't have the other words either because those are all backstitched, and I am going to wait and do those, the backstitching part of that at the end. So I'm getting there. I've got quite a bit done, but there's still a ways to go for it. So not quite getting close to being done with that one. All right, the next thing that I moved on to. So I've got a lot of winter stuff, and I know it seems like a lot of us will tend to gravitate towards one or two seasons primarily, or holidays, as the case may be. Some people really fixate on Halloween, and so they do a lot of Halloween stuff. I don't think I have very much fall stuff. I have a lot of winter stuff, and the rest of it's kind of peppered throughout for spring and summer. But it doesn't seem like I have a whole lot of fall things. So when I did my beginning starts in January, my 31 new starts, I had picked a pattern that was I think I had a couple of fall ones, but one of them that I had picked was this, and it looks cute, and I like aspects of it. And I did go ahead and start this, but I wasn't really sure I was really liking it. And the whole year I've kind of been in the back of my mind, am I really liking this enough to finish it, to continue working on it? The nice thing is it did come, I did get the little charms that go with it. So I decided that I don't like it enough to finish it the way I've started it. So I thought, can I salvage it, or maybe even restart it and kind of change the pattern a little bit? I haven't come to a conclusion on that yet. There's so many different things that seem to be a major part of the pattern that it'd be a little bit harder to change it. But because I haven't really given it a ton of thought, it may come. Sometimes I have to give these things some, ideas to percolate. And then I come up with a solution. So I'm not going to get rid of this pattern and say I'm just never going to do it. I just may have to change a little bit of it. So I don't know what I'm going to do. So because I wasn't going to do that anymore, I did find another fall pattern, because I happen to be at Acorns and Threads, and I normally don't go that often, especially nowadays with everything going on. I haven't been going. If I'm lucky, it's once a month I was going. So I just happened to go 2 weekends back to back, 2 Fridays, and I got a few things. So one of them was this new pattern that I'm going to do. So that is going to be this. And it's just, I think, called Autumn. Underneath it says Divisions of Nature mini series. So it does, I don't know if I can cover part of the pattern up so you can see it. It does have the other seasons that go with it. Okay, so this one's just called Autumn. It is by Stony Creek. Who doesn't love Stony Creek? I love Stony Creek. I really like, usually, now if it's too cutesy, which I know they can do in some things, that's really not my thing. But I love the colorings that they use, the blended look to it. So like the way that it blends in these letters. Not that I'm using blended threads, but just the color changes so that it blends up. Because they just use DMC for the most part. This part down here is using a fancy floss. Okay, the Harvest Blessings. But that's it. A lot of times they will use buttons, the small buttons in their patterns. have to if you don't want to. This did call for some. Let me see if I can find them on here. So this little sunflower is a button. This little pine cone is here, and there's another one down here. Okay, so those are both buttons as well, to sew on. So I will probably get those and sew them, but yeah, it's beautiful. It's a nice little, and it's quick. It doesn't take very long at all. So I do not have a before picture because obviously I'm starting something new and to replace the other thing. So this is all of what I have done in 7 days, I believe. So about a week. That's what I've gotten done. Good portion of it. I still have some leaves and some vines that I have to put in there amongst the letters, and obviously the autumn blessing at the bottom. But yeah, it's going quick. I do at least one letter a night because I work on a couple different projects. So 6. So yeah, between the pumpkins and the snow, this sunflower and leaves and things, it takes me, either a day or just under a day to get each of those letters done, depending on how much time I have and how much at work I have to do. Like obviously that's going to take a lot more time than that one would. But yeah. So this one, let me see if I can find what it called for. They said they used a 28 count Acuru hand-dyed Stony Creek fabric. So obviously I wanted something right away. So I just picked something that looked, and we all know what we see on the pattern is always the fabric color that we think it is. So I just picked something that I thought looked good with this. And that is why I went with what I did. It's kind of this nice look here. It's Strathaven linen, natural. It is a 32 count, so it's a little bit smaller than the 28 in size for the stitches, but between 28 and 32, it's not a huge difference. It might have been slightly bigger than what I'm showing you here, but it's close enough that it's not going to be that big of a deal. So very nice fabric, just something nice and warm and not, I didn't want it too brown because there's a lot of brown here, but I didn't want it white or even creamy, kind of like what they've got here. I wanted it more of this soft brown tan color, so you can see. Yeah. Anyway, that is what I have switched to. I still have a couple more days to work on this before I put it away. I'm hoping that I actually get it finished. I'm really hoping that that is a possibility. It seems like it because I've done all the big letters, and then I have to do the saying at the bottom, which I should be able to get done in at least one day. I mean, I don't even know if it'll take me a day to finish that. And then it's just some of the other little details. There is outlining to do. There is, like I said, the vines, a couple other little things like some wheat husks that I haven't stitched on there in some spots. So it shouldn't take long. I should finish, which will be exciting if I do. I love finishing. Okay, so those were the 2 whips that I worked on in the last 2 weeks. And when I said possibly finish, I was talking about the autumn one. It's getting real close to being a finish. So for a couple of reasons, I have a bit of stash. It's not as big as some of y'all's stash that you have purchased, their haul that you've gotten. It's big enough for me because I rarely go out and get things because we all know we all have enough patterns and stuff. So I try not to get a ton of that kind of stuff. Sometimes my haul is just partially or fully kitting up something. So maybe I still need fabric for something or threads that I'm slowly building up that stash for that particular project. So with that, let's get into what I got. I want to give a big shout out and thank you to someone who watched my last video and made a comment to help me find the ever elusive thread that I needed for my antique rooster sampler. So that was the Schoolhouse Red by Gentle Arts. That was what I needed. So, as I mentioned, somebody commented, told me where to get it, and look what I got. I got it. I got the thread. It's showing a little bright on here. It's much darker than that, and I don't even know if it's going to show up as dark as it really is. It's a nice, deep, rich red color. So that was all the stitches 37. She commented and told me to go to Stash LLC, and they had it. So she must have already looked it up because she said they had it. So I am ever, ever grateful to you for giving me that heads up so that I could get some of this, because I just didn't know who had it, and I just keep forgetting about kind of looking for it until you need it, and then by then you need it now and it's too late. You know, all those good things. So yeah, this I'm very happy that I got it, because I was getting that from her and I wanted to get something besides just the thread while it was shipping. I did go and look and see, you know, kind of just generally quickly looking through some stuff and seeing if there's anything that caught my eye. And I found this. Isn't that adorable? The lovely bees. Yeah, very cute. So this is, and they finished it very nicely because they've got this look for fabric here, and then this nice yellow fabric here with the trim around it, and of course here they did a really nice job finishing it. Little House Needleworks is who this is from. I got this for a very specific reason, because I was trying to find patterns that would be about the size I needed, because I wasn't sure. I didn't have it handy to measure, so I was kind of guessing, and I thought even if it's not exactly the right size, I can fiddle around with it to make it fit the right size. So what I'm going to do is, if you remember this lovely little box, it has all these little things that roll out, and I use this all the time. I want to put a stitched pattern on the top, possibly even as a needle holder. So I'm going to stitch this up. Won't that look nice with that? And then I will put it on top. I will attach it somehow on top. Oh, I'm very excited about this. I haven't truly decided whether or not I will make it so that it is more like a pincushion needle holder, or if I'll just keep it flat so it's just a decorative look on top. I haven't quite decided because I haven't gotten there yet to that point. Cute. Nice stuff. Okay, some other things that I had got. So as I was scrolling through, I think it was Instagram, I saw Jennifer Upton, I believe it was, who had posted these. I think she was actually working on this, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I love the little Mill Hill kits, little ornament kits. So she had posted this, and I'm like, oh my goodness, they have new ones? Really? Yes. And she's like, yeah, they have like a whole series. There's a whole bunch of these painted pumpkin ones. I'm like, oh. So I went and Googled the painted pumpkins for Mill Hill, and they had like 4 or 5 of them. They're so cute. So when I was at Acorns and Threads, I asked them about it, and they had 3 of them, I believe. I think it was 3. I only got 2 of them. So there's the other one that I got. Isn't that adorable? So those are cute. There was one more that I really, really wanted, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. It's kind of a black background with, so this has got the orange leaves with some green and purple in it. These, I don't know if you can see that. Don't know if it's going to come through. It's this one that I had wanted. So it's a little bit different than the one I'm working on. It's kind of hard to see. My camera isn't going to focus very well on that. If you're interested, you could look. But they didn't have it, and like I was already getting enough stuff anyway, so I thought, oh, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to get these two for now. The kind of cute thing about these is they come with a charm. I don't think the other ones I had, I'm not going to say for certain, maybe they did. But this one has a little moon on there, or not moon, a pumpkin. And then this one has a little dragonfly. Of course, they do have the beads part too. So very, very cute. Need to get started with those. Something else that I was thinking about while I was there, and I thought, well, I will check and see. Now, when I was showing you some haul last time, I showed you some fabric I had gotten for some patterns I already had, and those were the Little Country Mouse. So we got the summer and the autumn one. And I thought, you know, it might be nice to have all 4 seasons. Why not? So I was looking around, wasn't seeing it, so I finally asked, and they had the spring one. Very cute. So I got the spring one. Don't have the fabric yet. I'll have to get that. So got that. That was one of my other hauls. Another one that I had gotten, let me pull this over here, and I got this for a reason. Very cute. So like I said, I don't have a lot of fall stuff, I think. So I decided, why not get some fall stuff? So this is one that goes in one of those shadow box type things. And this is a Jeanette Douglas. This is the pumpkin patch box. Now, I don't have the specific box that she used for this, but in one of my videos a few months ago, I don't even remember exactly how long ago it was, I had went to Goodwill and I found 2 little shadow boxes. So I don't know if you remember these. So I'm going to use it for this. I measured everything. The little things that go in, the little 3 ones, are 1.5 by 1.5. And these are just slightly bigger than that, so that will fit perfect. The bigger one is a 6 by 4, it says, but I think when I calculated it on the measurements, the stitching measurements, it was more like 3.5. This section here, I mean, it goes underneath here a little bit, so it measures probably close to the 4-inch mark here, just perfect. It'll fit that way. From here to here, it's just like 1/8 of an inch shy of 6 inches. So I'm going to have to play with the pattern, and I knew that because I did not have the measurements for the box I was going to use. I knew that there was a possibility that I was going to have to do that. 1/8 of an inch is not very much, so I should be able to do that pretty easily. So got that for that specific reason. And so the other item that I got, I had been watching Amy Loves Toads, and she had showed a pattern that she had gotten from mybobbin.com. When I saw it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I love it. I need to have that. It's gorgeous. Went on to mybobbin.com and couldn't either find it or it was out of stock, because I've checked a couple of different times. Maybe if they were out of stock, then it would be in, and never could get it from them. So I finally, you know, and it's not something I thought about it all the time, because, you know, you get busy with life and you don't think about it. So I had checked some other sites. I Googled it and checked some other sites and finally found it, and finally ordered it. It took a long time to get here. As we all know, the mail is so slow right now. And that was this. I love me some mountain and lakes, and these colors are gorgeous. And this is a kit, so it comes with everything. Now, it is just kind of the plain white Aida. It is full coverage, the pattern, so it's not going to matter because you're covering up the Aida. So beautiful. I can't wait to get started. I've been watching her progress, and it's so pretty. This reminds me a lot of, and I know that's not what it is, but Glacier National Park. Have you been up there? The mountains, the way they are, and then lots of lakes there. So, yeah, so pretty, so pretty. One other thing I ended up getting, it's not necessarily, I mean, kind of purchased, kind of not, was I got my kit. You've probably seen this for some other people. In 2 weeks, or just under 2 weeks, they are doing their virtual retreat we were supposed to have, and we can't. So sad. So, as you can see, it says, do not open. Mine's still sealed. I have not opened it. So, we're supposed to wait until the day of the retreat to open it, and do all that fun stuff that we are going to do that day. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I have gone to, Acorns did a 1-day kind of actual retreat, or get together, whatever you want to call it. They called it Stitchapalooza. And that was just a 1-day thing. I did go to that, but beyond that, I have not been to any retreats, like actual full 2 or 3 day type of retreats. This was going to be my first one, and look what went and happened. Yeah. So it will still be fun anyway, because we get to do all the fun things that they're going to have planned for us. And of course, you get your little goodies from going to retreats. So I'll be excited to show you that. I think that by the time I do my next video, I will be able to talk about that. So the only other thing going on that I might get to doing is, because our fall is starting to really hit a little harder, sporadic, good days, bad days, so I'm not real sure when I'm going to have a good day. I need to get out and plant some bulbs, so I will do that. I'll probably clean up the yard a little, just put things away, make things ready for winter. I have been working on a dresser that I am turning into a vanity for a bathroom. I have off and on been working on it throughout the summer. Just other things have kind of gotten in the way at times. I've been sanding it and getting the old paint off of it. That's taken a while. So if you've ever tried to sand paint off of things, a lot of times it will gum up the sandpaper on the sander, the little vibrating sanders. And so you go through a lot of sandpaper. And with everything going on, that is, believe it or not, one of those weird things that the stores are having trouble keeping in stock. So it's been a little rough getting it at times, the sandpaper I need. So I think I have finally finished sanding it. Yes, that took a while. And now I need to do the finishing on it. So staining it, putting lacquer on it and everything. I do already have the sink and the faucet that I'm going to use. Those are both like the sink sit on top type of style. It's a round one. And the faucet is there's a spot built into the sink area, so it just goes in there, so you don't have to drill another hole in the top of the dresser. So it's getting really close. I do still need to do to get that hole for the top, because you know, the sink primarily sits on top, but you do have to have a hole. The basin of the sink goes down a little bit below the level of the top of the dresser, so there's got to be room for that to sit down in there, plus the drain for it. And then the dresser drawers have to be remodified so that they basically are 2 compartments with a center section open. So I'm going to have to do that too. So those are the things that I've been doing, stitching and non-stitching related. Halloween's coming up for all of you who are all excited about that. I don't know what we're going to do for sure. So, well, remains to be seen. But anyway, with that, I'm going to let you go. I do have a compilation video of the Japanese gardens. I just went there lately, and it's beautiful and gorgeous. And I'm going to show you that here at the end. And I hope you enjoy all of that. Some nice calm scenery. It's beautiful. It was a little cloudy, so some of the colors don't pop quite as much as if it was nice and sunny out. But anyway, with that, I will let you go, and we will see you again in a couple weeks. See you later.